My name is John. I've been looking online to try to find a couple of things about how to find the proper trolling motor and battery combination for my Jon Boat I just purchased. So, just to give you a little bit of background, I got a 12-foot American 12 Jon Boat, and I went to Dick's and bought the Minn Kota 5500. Uh, I really think that's the best motor you should get, simply because with that boat, my boat is rated for 510 pounds max. Me, my friend, and gear, we were at about 497. All right. With that 55, we were able to cruise along. With that 55 Minn Kota, it's the Max Enduro, and I bought a Group 31 battery. Okay, a lot of places don't really give you that much information as to what you should use. If you go to the Minn Kota site, they have this battery charger thing, and it goes with a Group 24 or 27, one or the other. Uh, if you're looking for weight, you want to save as much weight because either you're a larger person or you're going to carry more gear, whatever you're doing, then you're fine with the 27. I think it's like 95 amp hour size battery, if I'm not mistaken. That's not too bad. I mean, you can get some decent traveling out of it without many issues. Me, I got a Group 31. It's a 105. It's a flood battery, like a standard battery. You got to add water to it after a while. A little more maintenance, but anything else, you're just spending your money for nothing because, jail cells, you're not really saving that much weight. They're more expensive. And AGMs, they give you better efficiency, but they're like for sailboats and stuff, so they can work on the side. If you're in a Jon Boat, it's gonna be upright most of the time. Well, it better be upright all the time, unless you feel like swimming. So just go with a flood. They're cheaper. You're gonna get the same use, a little bit more maintenance. Get you a smart charger so you don't overcharge it, and things will be great. I've taken this out twice. My next video, if I get enough likes, I'll show the video of the boat and me out in the boat. Last time I went out, I was out for around 8 hours. Usually, every time I go fishing, since I got this set up to go catch bass and snakeheads, where people with bass boats can't go, and it's awesome. It really is. I get up in the lily pads and stuff like that, outside of the cast radius that those other boats, those bass boats can go. And when the bass boats passing through their high traffic days, I go out there and I kill them with the bass and snakeheads simply because they're pushing them all further in to the lily pads, the back and forth traffic and the heavy fishing. So they're all coming to me. I mean, I get down with that bass boat, again, 12-foot bass boat, flat bottom. I think I've been in as shallow as 6.5, 7 inches of water. I even use a tape measure to measure it. Uh, and still no problem. You just got to bring up the trolling motor all the way up, so it's going to be cavitating a lot. So you got to go at lower speeds or use a oar at that time. But in a foot of water, you're perfect. You won't have any issues. I was using it through heavy lily pads to push my way through to get to openings where bass and snakeheads were located at. Uh, for the battery and the trolling motor combination, I was using again that Minn Kota 55 and a Group 31 Flood 105 amp hour battery. I was able to travel the distance of 2 miles. Granted, you're not going to go fast. All right. The videos I've seen where you have a wake, yes, you're gonna have a wake, but you're moving at about 2.7 miles per hour max. And again, it may differ for you, but I've averaged that because I'm here in Maryland, up in the Potomac and the Mattawoman Creek and things like that. Got a heavy undertow. I'm fighting the current a lot of the times, and I still average about 2.5, 2.7 miles per hour on 100%. All right. The big difference for me is I may not be flying, but the last time I went out, I was 100% for 2 miles out and 100% for 2 miles back, not including when I got to my spots, trolling around in there, getting up to 30 to 40% trolling power up in there to push through a lot of those lily pads. And again, I was out there for 8 hours. So I was doing this for 8 hours. Keep that in mind. And my travel time for that 2 miles out and 2 miles back, for a total of 4 miles, was about an hour. Yeah, it was about an hour, a little under an hour, going to and fro. So all that said, I came back and I have a smart charger where I can connect my battery up to, and it tells me the percentage that's left in the battery, and it's fairly accurate. Well, I had the battery at 100%, and when I came back, I was at 77. So I only used 30 some percent of that battery. Amazing. So what I've been trying to do every time I go out is to go out a little bit farther and farther and farther and see if I can get it around the remaining battery about in the 40s, and that's why I want to keep it. I don't want to go anything less than 40% because I want to keep that reserve, so I don't really drain the battery and I keep my recharge cycles up kind of high. But I mean, I don't really foresee myself even using down to 40 just for transportation purposes on 100%, because I don't want to spend 2 hours or going to somewhere and then 2 hours to come back. I mean, it cuts a lot of the time out of my fishing and stuff. And then where I'm going in the tributaries and stuff like that, I really don't have to travel 2 miles. The landing spots are pretty close to where I need to be. So again, I have a Jon Boat, 12-foot, max weight, 510 pounds. Me, my friend, gear, motor, battery, everything came up. So I'm thinking 490 something. I got to run the math again, but it was 490. It was almost close to maxing out. And we did 2 miles out, 2 miles back, averaged about 2.7, 2.6, somewhere in there. From 2.5 to 2.7, depending on where I hit heavy current. Miles per hour, and traveling speed. And we came back and I had 70 some percent of the battery left. I only used 30 some percent of the battery. 8 hours of fishing. I mean, that's pretty awesome. Again, if you're like me, concerned about weight, you want to make sure that you don't exceed the weight limit of your boat with all the stuff in there. You want to have some wiggle room. You can go to a Group 27. I really don't see you having too big of an issue with a Group 27 battery, because again, those are, speaking of flood, they're 95 amp hours. I mean, that's 10 amp hours. Not that big of a difference. Okay, well, it is, but in travel time, if I can deplete it that far, I would probably have depleted it to 60 to 50%. So you won't have the issue. 24 amp hour batteries Group 24 batteries, I think they're like within the 70, 80 amp hours or something like that. That you save a lot with weight, because they're about 30, 40 pounds, and my battery is 60 pounds. All right, so you save a lot of weight, but again, you're gonna cut down on the capacity for you to be able to go out and come back, and that's with a 55 max. So depending on what kind of trolling motor you have, what size and how many amps it's drawing, it's gonna totally dictate how far you can go out. But if you were like me, you want to be able to stay out as long as possible, not have any issue whatsoever with being able, no matter how far you go out, within limit, to come back and not have to try to paddle your way through heavy current or paddle at all, go with the Group 31. You won't have any issues. You'll have nothing but time, and you'll be happy. So if I get enough likes in this video, and this is my first video, so feel free to subscribe. I'm gonna put a lot more videos on here to show my configuration for my Jon Boat, and then I'll do another video showing, for people who are in Maryland. Like when I first moved up here, I didn't know any of the fishing locations and stuff like that. I got a whole slew of fishing locations, and it all depends on what you want. Take you out there, show you, with the camera, show you where they're at and stuff like that. So I mean, again, where people with boats, like bass boats, can't go. So very few of us out here. All right. Again, subscribe if you like the video, and hit like. If I get enough likes, I'll drop another video. Thanks. Bye.